The art of dreaming big is allowing the dream to catch up with you. Are you dreaming a dream that's already there? Or if it's newness, just like bringing a child into this 3D plane, it takes a period of time. So even though you might be doing quantum jumping, it is like the drawings of dot to dot. You might need to do a series of 30 jumps to start to see what the figure is outlining. But you can only do the 30 jumps if you believe in the jumps and if you believe in the dream. So a dream, as we've just said, might be 30 jumps or 300 jumps. Just like a trip in a car is 700 bends. You only take the bend when you're there. You don't anticipate. That would not be healthy. Or you don't delay. So, traction is being in a state of being of readiness. To be inspired. So this is only an analogy. But if I believed in the beauty of my physical form and I was comfortable with it, would I cover it up? And not beauty being aesthetically pleasing, but just beautiful. It is the teaching. Well, it's cold in Europe at the moment, but it is the teaching that it is sin or it is socially unacceptable. So clothes are to cover us up, to cover the shame, to cover embellishments or feeling. And then the clothes become more important than the body. The label, sometimes prestige. So the true essence is diluted. This is the same thing that happened with the dreams. If the dream is truly beautiful, it doesn't need to be big. It can be simplicity itself. And that has its challenges. We are told we need to strive, create income, followers, so look within. Are you willing to try? If you know yourself, that if inspiration comes inside of you, it is not even your own idea. It is the divine reaching out to you, that you are in your current state and available to the divine to hear the calling. So the ego can step out. It's not something that I am creating. It is, let's say, being created through me. Curiosity, willingness, fun, adventure, confusion, and the willingness to experience doubt. Doubt can be equated to like an emptiness. I have no idea what to do next. So doubt, if you don't call it doubt, it's like it's the chamber, or it's like a womb preparing the energy to inspire you to take a certain direction. Yes. We would love you to feel more inspired. So ask your consciousness, what would it take? And the traditional third dimensional answer is self-esteem. But self-esteem seems to mean something else than the belief in self. Self-esteem looks like confidence. I might be full of doubt, yet try it anyway. And that is the belief in self, that I might make it, that I'll find a way through. There we go. Oh. Allow your consciousness to gather all the information, all the reasons why we have failed to dream big, or that we've been asked to clip our wings a little bit, to stay within reality, normality. We've been told that to keep our expectations low, and therefore we repeat the idea of 30 jumps or 300 jumps or 3,000 jumps. The new identity each time is a very different energy. If I can shift identity once a week, twice a week, once a day, once a month, The identity is a new reality from which it starts. So what seems like a long trajectory from today, from the next quantum jump, might seem a lot shorter. So ask your being, have I let go of certain dreams? Have I even just unheard the dreams, forgotten about the dreams, left them behind, thought them child's play? Was I told to get my head out of the clouds, to have my feet in the ground, to be pragmatic, practical? There we go. Okay, so there's a feeling of our own inner genius. And again, we use the word genius for high intelligence, but it's ingenuity. It's only you know how to do something in your particular way. So we're going to use the example of, well, they're saying Anya's golf hobby, new hobby, but it's my new golf hobby. By creating traction, I'm in a place which is beyond traditional thinking process. And I have applied quantum jumping to this effectively. I have intended to become the identity of a golfer, of a good golfer. And the small jumps it has taken traditionally minded people who play golf, they find it astounding. You might be tired of Anya's little golf stories, but it is to take into account that the joy or a platform that was not customary has become an identity and become the norm. By jumping, you can be astounding. And again, to take this example, it has taken a year or maybe a little over a year for this golfing miracle. Would that be a lot or would that be a little in your consciousness? Yet when you're jumping and having fun and applying this new identity, you hardly notice But if we begin in the beginning, the thought of, oh, will I ever have fun playing golf, or would I ever be good at it, or it's you don't know what it is. So the intention is to start, to have traction, and to keep on jumping, allowing your quantum being to step into the new identity, and then again the new identity. For this to occur, we need to let go of the loyalty towards the teaching of what is considered good behavior and a formula to not get disappointed. If I don't dream big, then I don't. If I don't reach anything, then I won't be disappointed. So think of your childhood, of were you allowed to think, dream big? Were you inspired to be having big challenges? I've been guilty of this myself. When my son came and he was 4, he said he was going to build a car. And I said, oh, that's quite difficult. And I think I even said you might need to be a bit bigger. So instead of, oh, how would you start? What would you do? I shot him down with the best intentions. So where do we hold that energy within ourselves? There we go. Just ask your consciousness to become aware of, even if the words don't come to you, but the feeling of, was I instigated to follow my creativity, my dreams, or was it not necessarily welcomed? Mm. So were you taught to think in the box? We would like you to think outside of the box, around the box, be the box. And let go of the box. So the distinction here is if I decide I would like to reach for something for my ego, for sense of satisfaction, it can be somewhat achievable because it might be necessary for you to get the feeling of satisfaction and self-esteem and belief in self that you can create something. But the more comfortable you become knowing it could be anything, you would most likely let go of ego satisfaction desires and go for your true desire. Because one is believing that reaching the destination will somehow make me happy, yet if I follow my true inspiration, happiness is continuous along the path. So for example, something that is dependent on another being, let's say in a family situation, our understanding that is that they are a different being. So how can I intend for harmony at the home yet everything is expressed through the observer that you are? So when I see that it is dependent on someone external, for example, I would like to be a famous singer, the people must recognize me. So it seems to be dependent on people, yet it's not. If I can create the energy and make it normal, the people will respond to me. And I'm not waiting for them to choose me. I choose me. And therefore, it occurs. This very often occurs in our consciousness when we think it's dependent on an external group or person. There we go. Quantum consciousness, can you see where the tension is being held? Uncreate, delete, and dissolve all the programming and the consciousness. So we're going to, how we learn is usually by stacking memories in a certain fashion of, I have done this before and this happened, so therefore I can or cannot do this. It is memory based, or if it's a similar thing, if I have played tennis, then it's more likely that I can play paddle. Or because I'm sporty, I should be okay doing kayaking. Yet if it's something different that we've done before, we might find it difficult. Yet the harder we seem it to believe that it is, the less likely we are to take a step, some form of traction. So one step could be just asking consciousness, divine, angels, guides, show me my first step, put me in the right direction, and that is traction. Okay. Okay, so step into your inner genius. Let go of everything else. So you might use a tool like, isn't it amazing that I could let go of all that old conditioning that didn't allow me to dream? Isn't it incredible that I feel so comfortable following my inspiration? Isn't it wonderful how at peace I am, knowing that the dream is dreaming me? No matter what your resistances are, just allow them to be identified by your consciousness and say, oh, we can let go of this now. Oh, you're going to dream, so we need to let go of this now. Historical information, childhood conditioning, 3D limitations. No need to get complicated. What it feels like is like there's limitation being taken away and your energy body is growing. So it's not through practices, it's not through achieving, it's just by dropping the limitations, you are naturally interesting image. It's like an overweight person, if in a very tight belt on, if they were to loosen the belt, their belly would naturally take that space. So imagine the restrictions of it, of your energy field, the beliefs that you've held on how to behave in a 3D fashion have been loosened. So your energy field takes on a natural bigger size. And let's say it's the analogy wasn't for me to laugh at, but it's the relief. It's the uh, if you took away restriction, you go, oh, that's lovely. So the enjoyment of it. Allow your consciousness to rearrange this new concept. And so the first traction you can have is show me how to dream big, how to do it in a comfortable, loving way. Instead of striving to reach it, it's dreaming to find the next step, the next stage. Yeah. nearly the imagination as if you're stepping through a portal, and your old, like even the old clothes, the old conditioning, you need to leave it there to step through. And because you believe that new portal to be a energetic, I was going to say improvement, they don't like that, upgrade or energetic, more energetically satisfactory, you would do it. You wouldn't hesitate. And here it's not as if it were a right or wrong answer. I'm invited onto a spaceship. Should I go? Should I not? Are they kind aliens or not? This is a quantum self upgrade. It is you. It is nobody else. It is you in a different energy consciousness. Okay. Come on back.